Hi everyone, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 9, Fear the Red Fair. Yes, this is our Saturday morning edition. What a week. We've had so much content, so much good dialogue all throughout the week. Last night, just an amazing time with our first Freestyle Friday. I just got tons of announcements to make, but I do feel like we did this double shots week, 2 streams a day, sometime even more, that we're just so in tune and caught up with the content, anywhere from the spinoff to this Red Fair that we're going to make happen. We're going to will it into existence. Just to some casual stuff last night. And even at 2 o'clock today, I do have a comic premiere. We're up to number 118 in All Out War. Don't spoil it, but you guys know that is a very important comic issue. So it's about 15 minutes, so hang out with us. I pre-read it this morning, and I'll be hanging out, interacting with you guys live. But I do want to definitely talk about The Walking Dead Red Fair. We're going to hashtag it. We're going to get it trending. We got Steph doing a complete red out. We got people wearing red. Chris Hardwick is going to talk about it. We're gonna make it happen, and you guys are going to know it came back to this point. So with the comic tied into this, and you guys can see up on the screen, I did ask the other day, I think it was Lynn Nesvik, one of our 99 Army members, who gave me a couple of the names, the little flutter flags there, and also the monocle. Thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate you kind of getting me on point. But I did see this picture in the side-by-side comparison, and I think there are going to be some things that really go down within the next couple episodes. So we think that there's going to be a lot of preparation. Michonne will finally give in and allow the group to participate. We talked a little bit yesterday about Michonne's interaction with Oceanside. I don't think Michonne killed a bunch of Oceanside, to be honest with you. I think Oceanside's going to be there. There's some groups out there, called the Highwaymen that are still rumored to be in existence. So we're going to see how big of a deal it is, and I don't think you can kind of keep up with everybody. We think that the movie theater and some of the events are going to happen at night. It's going to start out as just sort of like a bazaar where people could come and then get fruit, vegetables, do some trading. Definitely looks a lot more packed on the group on the right. But also remember that a lot of these groups have not seen each other in a long time. So Carol will recognize Michonne, so on and so forth. But there's people that have grown up. There's people who've gotten a little bit older. There's a couple new people that have joined the communities, maybe not in Alexandria, but not everybody knows everybody. And I think there's going to be enough distractions with the Symphony of Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. But I really think this Red Fair is going to be centered around the movie theater. And I know there's somebody linked a theory to me. I don't know who it is. So like I said, you guys know I don't get out there and watch a lot of the other YouTube channels because I don't want it to affect my predictions and theories. So this doesn't belong to me. If you guys know, just kind of hold it. But they did link it and said there was someone else talking about Beta reacting to the walkers being killed. Now, I will say that I'm on board with the fact that the walkers that were locked up in the movie theater and the symbol, I do think those belong to the Whisperers. One of our live streams, we did the comparison between Fear the Walking Dead and how they kept them locked up in tractor trailers. Well, I do think that the Whisperers do have these different groups and this different stockpile of Whisperers of walkers that are out there. And maybe Beta knows that, hey, wait a minute, who just broke into this and killed my stockpile? I don't think he's going to like it. And there's a movie, there's a theater bulb missing, and maybe they tracked them. So that could kind of set Beta off as well. You're killing some of our own. And I just don't know what the connection is if the Whisperers really do value the walkers. And I'm going to leave that question open for you guys. We got Drama King, New York City, super chat, and says, I just want some shock and awe. And I do think you're going to get that. I think with the spoilers though, Drama, I mean, we know it's kind of hard to get that moment and that vibe, but I will say this. One thing that Spoiling Dead's fan page does is when there's a major death, they have the ability to kind of keep it secret. And that's what worries me a little bit. I feel like if Ezekiel is dead at the fair, and I think he is, I'm willing to bet on it that he's gone. I think the Spoiling Dead's fan page already knows, and they try to keep the major deaths hidden. When it was something good news like Rick, it was like, hey, good news, Rick's not dead. But when it's Carl, they put the prediction out there really early, and then they sort of diffused it a little bit. They didn't talk about it, and the fact that there's not a whole lot of talk about Ezekiel right now, it even further strengthens the case that I think he's gone. We would be naive to think that we're going to get out of the season without a major death. So here's my question. How many, we've got 5 episodes left. How many major deaths have you seen confirmed? I use the word confirmed, not theorized or predicted or rumors. How many major deaths, Ezekiel, Tara, Rosita, any of those, have you heard like they're gone? None. Except for, and I don't do this very often, but I do want to say this. There's somebody that keeps popping up, and look, I know you guys know we're all one big happy family, and PT Channel wants to hug people, and I'll give One-Eyed Bri a hug one day when I meet him as well. But there is something that I do want to call out. I don't know who this guy is, George somebody, but there's something that keeps popping up in my streams that says, like, Henry dies confirmed, or somebody dies confirmed. I don't know who it is. It's George somebody. Maybe you guys know who it is. I didn't, but the thumbnails on it are starting to disgust me. Because, let me say this, there is nothing confirmed. Nothing. 0 deaths have been confirmed. So if you see anything pop up in your stream at this point that says such and such will die, it's wrong. It's fake. It has not been confirmed by anyone at this point. And that's what kind of scares me. So maybe you guys, and look, that's not a big way to increase your Walking Dead audience. That's all I'm going to say is, and look, I know different YouTubers and there's things we agree on and things we disagree on, and sometimes we joke back and forth, I'm sure. I don't have any I dislike, so this is not going to be a Saturday morning rant. Last Saturday, actually, we had a good rant, didn't we? It was kind of fun. But, yeah, that's just not the way to do it, because if this guy's going to build a name for himself, he's going to build an audience, people are not going to stick around for that, just so you know. And now, as far as, some of our theories and thumbnails, look, there's only so many Walking Dead pictures that are out there. So certainly, we use some of the same artwork and we talk about some of the same stuff because, there's theories. So you either think Ezekiel's going to die or you don't. So if I talk about it and somebody else talks about it, I'm not necessarily saying they're out there stealing our ideas. And this is why I would say that I don't use other people's content because I don't watch them. Just kind of, it's pretty straightforward. If I watch everybody, then I'm prone to leaning toward their ideas and either talking about it. Now, when you guys send me ideas, I will talk about it from time to time. Now, if you get them from other people's, then I guess, that's on you, not on me. All right. Anyway, just want to say that. But let's get back to the Red Fair. Because this is a real thing. It's getting more and more momentum. And it's not just because we're talking about it. It's because the Walking Dead, the mailbag, they keep dropping this, the fair. And then you see Luke and Alden, are you going to sing at the fair? And then you see a whole episode where they're getting a theater bulb to take to the fair. So we know that major things are going to go down. But I'm going to tell you, I will be the first. I will be the first one after episode 15-ish when it happens. If this does not happen and it is not major events, we're going to stream and we're going to just talk about a missed opportunity. Because the writers just have an incredible chance to blow us away with a named event on The Walking Dead. We are going to fear the fair. I love it. I love seeing the hashtags, the red fair, where it came from. And look, it's just a matter of time before a couple other YouTubers are out there talking about it. And that's cool. I do like that because as long as they, let's give props. Let's give props to where the red fair originated. Right here with each and every one of you. You guys are amazing. So now with the whole beta thing, I do want to, do you guys think this beta, kind of pushing through, remember that scene in the trailer where the two white sheets are hanging down and he kind of makes his way through? Is that at the Kingdom movie theater? Is that what you guys think? We didn't see a whole lot with it, but could that be, something up to sort of darken it a little bit more? That's kind of what I felt. So, comic book buffs, here's the kind of sad news. At least it's sad for me. So today I am reading 118. But the bad news is this fair doesn't happen until 142. So even though I'm making progress, I'm still a long ways away. So I had to do a little bit of investigative research just to see the difference between the two. Because in actuality, I'm not getting to the fair until probably another month. Let's be honest. I'm not going to be able to go through, another 20 of these things that fast. But in 142, Jeep's like, skip ahead, kills, skip ahead. All Out War is not important. I can't. Jeep, I'm really liking All Out War. I like it better in the comics. It's so good. So, this is what I know, though. Earl is doing some blacksmithing, and there's a lady that sure, that Earl is making machetes and knives. Do we know who that lady is that is interested in Earl's smithing and craftsmanship at the fair? Ah, yeah, we know. We know who it is. So that goes down. What makes the fair a little bit tougher to fully understand is that, well, one, there was no Daryl in the comics, but Andrea is still with Rick. So think about how the fair went down. You got Rick that's out there. You got Carl that's still out there. You got Andrea that's still out there. You got Maggie who's still there. So that alone is going to make the storyline really, really tough to figure out. Because you got Carl over there with Lydia, and then Rick wanting to bring them back, and then Rick and Andrea, wanting to pack up and leave for the fair, and then Maggie still being there. So a lot of stuff still to go down. So once again, the comics are a roadmap, not a treasure map. We've said that many times here, right? The comics are going to give us some direction, but they're not going to be where we end up. They can't be because of the difference in characters. But I do think this Earl situation, this Earl interaction with Alpha, the fact that Earl and Tammy have something that possibly belongs to Alpha, a weapon, a baby weapon. Alpha wants her humanized weapon back in case she needs to set a walker trap somewhere. But she also knows that Earl has some talent. And she might be sporting a brand new weapon. Now, do you guys think that Mel the Vulture? There are no spoilers, Mel. Stop it. Mel the Vulture super chatting and says, not staying for obvious reasons, but... So, Mel, we're not talking spoilers. We're hyping up a brand new... Maybe not brand new, because we've been doing it for a little while, but we're hyping up our Walking Dead Red Fair Death and Destruction Complete Annihilation Theory. And we did use Fear the Fair, just for you. But thank you for popping in here. It's good seeing you again. It's good to have our 999 gaming crew back in full effect. Prophet says, do you think the only reason Michonne might attend the fair is because Judith will convince her? Well, Prophet, I know why Michonne attends the fair. I can't go into it because we're not talking spoilers. But check out the spoiler video we posted a couple days ago on 999 Dead. And we'll do a spoiler follow-up tomorrow. It'll be one of our streams. We want to keep our spoilers separate from our predictions and some of our theories. And look, we are getting bits and pieces that there's rumors out there that are starting to manifest. But I think beyond the rumors, there's just more that we can visually see that we know that this is going to become the event. The more we hear people talk about it, and by people I mean Angela Kang, I mean the writers, I mean the actors, all of that. And this week will be no different. There's going to be a couple more clues this week that are going to show us that this fair is something that is going to be the Walking Dead signature event. I really feel that at the end of the season, whether it's the border scene of all the... Well, actually, the border scene and the fair, I think, are going to be the two most talked about events in The Walking Dead since Negan lineup. Wilson! Super chatting at hashtag Red Fair. Jadis applesauce price $1.99. Just some of that applesauce left over. You know, it's barter time, though. What are some... You bring up a good point, Wilson. Clearly, there's no monetary value. And those of you that were deep into the comics, it's all about the barter, right? So what are the type of things that would be bartered? And did Alpha even barter in the comics? Those of you that have read up to 142. I mean, what does she have to trade? I'm not saying that's wrong. And actually, mods, don't immediately jump all over that, because that could be a possibility. There's some human services going on. I don't know. Skins, wigs, people. Ooh, Fluff. A hamburger making machine? No, Fluff, you didn't do that, did you? So Walking Dead nerd, she didn't trade. She came to see what the group was about and left with the heads. So not even in the beginning, nerd, not even to sort of blend in a little bit. Drama King, does anyone think Sherry is with the Whisperers? Drama King, if Sherry is not... Sherry, Frank, I mean, we have to see some of Negan's ex-wives. So she blended in to check them out. Nick Jones says, I think they might bring Sherry to fear The Walking Dead or just kill her off. I feel like they're going to kill her off. I think she's very successful outside of The Walking Dead. Masks of the Wives. Well, Alpha can't come in with a creepy walker mask on. I mean, that's going to blow her cover. Hey, we saw you guys. You were the ones at the gate of Hilltop a couple days ago. So, just a question out there, or a theory. Will Alpha kind of sneak in and sneak out? Or do you think she will make herself up? Do you think she's going to get away from this de-evolution and dirt on her face and actually hijack some makeup from somewhere and change her appearance? I think that's kind of a $1 million question right now, right? Is she just going to observe, sneak around a little bit, or is she going to go full scale and mingle with some people? A few people are saying clean up a little bit. Maybe disguise the accent. The voice is definitely going to stand out. Because if she makes herself up and she walks up to Earl and says, I would like to buy a machete. It's going to be, hey, don't I know you from somewhere? That something about you looks or sounds familiar. She's going to have to change it up a little bit. Thomas D is like, he's very skeptical. That ain't happening, right, Thomas D? So Alpha did not have a wig in the comics, so more likely she'll clean herself up in the show. Yeah, you know, like we say, once again, it's a roadmap, not a treasure map. So I think there are going to be some pretty serious differences. So Drama King, here's the only struggle that I have with that. Is I'm not saying it meant nothing, and I think it is a good point. So Drama King says the infinity sign letter to Dwight meant nothing. It certainly could mean something, but I do think it would be kind of a pretty big plot hole because that was 7 years ago. So that would mean that the Whispers have literally been living in their backyard all this time and no interaction. Unless you feel like there has been some interaction. So I think that would probably be a good follow-up. Maybe Sherry did join the Whispers. Maybe she was one of the first ones. They were a little bit different. But we've never seen them in all this time. But, I mean, certainly it's a possibility. And they did that to sort of, I mean, I know why they did it. They did it as a clue and they did it as a hint to get us talking about it. But 7 years. Now, let's make the alternate argument, kind of your argument, Drama, is they were on the 23rd day when Alpha started getting a little bit crazy. So at that point, you know, Rick's still in a coma. So they're not even at Herschel's farm at that point. So let's say they're in Baltimore. They're in Maryland. They sort of make their way. You know, Baltimore to Alexandria is about 40 miles. I mean, it's a lot of ground to cover. Now, to your point, they don't get into D.C. a whole lot either. So, yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible that they haven't been that far up. I mean, Baltimore could be a world away because what they've been doing is more going, I think, more toward the coast as opposed to going northeast. They've been kind of going southeast, probably Virginia Beach type of thing, or maybe, Ocean City, I guess, is east. But then once you go north, yeah, if they started, say, in Baltimore and sort of made their way down, it's a possibility that they finally got there. Did they even have a reason to go that far, to go down to Alexandria? They might have been preoccupied with outskirts of D.C. and recruiting. I mean, where did all these people come from? So you're absolutely right that there are groups of people that would have joined up with them. I mean, I don't think it's just... I mean, at first it was Alpha and Lydia. So where did all these extra people come from? I'm right there with you. I would not be surprised to see Sherry or a few others become part of this group. And Drama, I think to further make your point, could that be a reason why Dwight left? Maybe difference of opinion, difference of philosophy. Sherry had been brainwashed and she became something that he didn't want to be a part of. I mean, there has to be a reason why Dwight left too. All good thoughts. Or Sherry's dead and Dwight left. But yeah, I'm looking for more clues. I would love to find. That's going to be a very interesting story to play out. I think that what happened with Dwight, why he left, what happened with Sherry, what happens in this fair, and what happened with the exes, I think are all really, really good storylines. If you can't be hyped about the next 5 weeks, and look, I know there's spoilers out there this week, not major stuff, but the less stuff that happens, I think it's going to be a good episode. I'm not going to spoil it, but the less things that happened last week, this week, and maybe even next week, the more stuff that's going to go down in the last 3 episodes. And I really feel like, based on what we've seen from the teasers and what we've heard as rumors, they're slow playing us. People are talking about the ratings and how it's a little bit different. The thing that I would say to each of you, hold on, because the last 3 episodes of this season are going to be super, super good. I'm going to stake a claim right in a stake. Here I go. I can't stop it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 14, 15, and 16 are going to be 3 of the best Walking Dead episodes we've ever seen. Because I just know how much fear and how much eeriness and how much death is going to be. I don't know which ones, but the fact that they're keeping a lot of these deaths concealed really makes me nervous. And 14 is going to be a flashback. That's not a secret. But it is going to be such a good flashback because of all the things that we're waiting to see. And this is what I feel like is going to happen. I feel like some of those people that are out there sort of bashing what's going on with The Walking Dead, like ratings are down, people aren't watching, Rick's going on with this. I get a feeling like when 14 happens, actually I think at the end of 13, when we get thrust into the fair and it's left as a little bit of a cliffhanger, and then 14 with the flashback, and then 15 and 16 with the border scene and everything else that's going to go down, I feel like everybody's going to go back and say, oh man, now I got to go watch 9-9, 9-10, 9-11. I feel like they're going to be rushing around to find out what happened, because from the last 10 minutes of 13 all the way to the end, that's when it's going to be epic. Trust me on that. We got Sherry Bentley super chatting and said, what is going to happen to Lydia? She gets captured. Sherry, everything that's out there, and once again, if I knew the confirmed spoiler, I wouldn't say it in this stream. But, and please don't mention it. Those of you that do know, if you guys have seen the spoiler. But in the comic, there's a connection between Lydia and Carl, and I will say there's a connection between Henry and Lydia, and it is a real good connection. So you'll just have to hold tight for that. Now, long term, we don't know if Lydia will die, if Lydia will become part of the group, or if the Whispers will escape next season and Lydia will go with them. I'm really anxious to see that. So, I'm going to give you guys 3 options, and we're at 30 minutes, so we're going to wind this thing down. And they're going to be option A, B, and C. What are you most excited for over the next 5 episodes? A, the Red Fair. B, the X's. Or C, the border scene. A, the Red Fair. B, the X's. Or C, the border scene. And I'm going to tell you what I'm most excited for. And I'm going to ask you guys to hashtag it right now. You guys do me a favor. Hashtag TWD, the Red Fair. Let's make this thing happen. It is a real thing. We got to, look, you got the Symphony of Awesome. You got Beta breaking into movie theaters. You've got Ezekiel could be fallen. The kingdom can fall, everybody. All right. And that, everybody, is where we're going to wind it down. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here on a Saturday morning. We do these Saturday morning streams just as a way to further our comments and also to reach out and kind of do a stream early that can be seen overseas to our international audience. We have such a strong international following. Thank you so much. Appreciate every one of you guys for being here. We continue to grow. As I mentioned on our Facebook fan page, we added like 1,100 subscribers just within the last week. You guys are absolutely amazing. The Patreons continue to grow. Several people up their Patreon contribution now that Walking Dead's in full effect. If you guys are interested in becoming patrons, there is a link down below. And also, you can see the green chat, the new custom emojis, and the new badges that we have listed. That is for the members, also the sponsors. So there should be a green join button down there if you guys want to become a monthly member on this channel. Then there's an option to do that as well. I want to say thank you to all the moderators. Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells. We have done just a ton of activity. Somebody asked we're going to stream later on today. We're not going to stream, but we do have a comic book premiere at 2 p.m., which means it's a pre-read. It is issue number 118, and it's pre-recorded, but I will be hanging out with you guys live. I do have to tell you, it's a very, very emotional comic book read. That'll be at 2 o'clock. It's only 15 minutes, so join us live. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the rest of the evening, I'm going to take off after that comic book read because tomorrow is Walking Dead Day. We will have at least 4 live streams between this channel and the 999 Dead channel. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys really make this channel continues to grow. We're going to push toward 100,000 subscribers. I got a feeling we're going to be there by the summer. But each and every one of you talking about the channel, participating, sharing the links, getting involved in it, that's really why we continue to grow. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you all at 2 o'clock for a comic book read. And I will see all of you starting tomorrow as well at 12 noon. Thanks. Peace.